Excellently executed. That was incredible. Anyway, so now they're both
They're going for the rest. Soul is going for the rest. Two of them are coming in here.
No man left behind. These guys have fought to get here. They've been playing strong. He's gonna get it. He stopped the tick. Now Top Esports firing some bullets in there, but the res is gonna go off. They should be able to get the heals, and the nade ends up working out. Soul Mortal does go down to Groza, though, as 69 team not happy about the way that played out.
But 69, they are getting shot by Top Esports from the west at the same time, though.
All right, so Groza hiding under the bridge, chooses to go back there. Soul now stacked up in the lighthouse. They're not going to be happy about that. It's not where they want to be. Top Esports really in a good spot to just consistently harass Soul.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No one can actually get pretty close to Top Esports here. They're playing this really well by themselves.
I mean, that's the thing about this compound. The problem is if they have to leave it, they're on the opposite side of that. There's no way to get cover on their way out.
Well, also, Top Esports only have 2 people in that flat top itself. The rest of the team, the other 2, they're on the north side of the river.
That is very true. Now, Soul, in a way, I think that this push sort of helped them because now they've crossed to the south of the river, which they're going to need to as the next circle starts to establish itself. The south of the river is going to be where everyone wants to call home. Really, XQuest up on Everest has the ability to cause a lot of trouble for a lot of teams as they end up stacking up sort of in this area right now. XQF, I'm surprised that they haven't been taking shots at Top Esports already.
Question is, what is 69 going to do? Because you don't want to be in that riverbank right now. It is not the place to be at.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of choices. They made a play. It didn't work out due to a grenade that you just can't expect. and they put them in a tough situation. So we'll keep an eye on them. Soul has recovered, which is very impressive, and got their team back up and running. Let's take a look at some other teams on the map. Over there in Georgia Pole South, we've got GC Busan over in Pizza. We got PLM. Looks like they want to start a fight here. Oh, what a minute. This is the replay from that fight where PLM... All right, I forgot about how that was... It's just they just ripped them apart.
Sometimes we get caught off guard by those replays. But you also have ARG right now in South Georgia Pole. But also, SSG is actually coming in from the west side there.
So as you watch those replays, keep in mind a lot of repositioning going to be happening here. The blue closing up for the next circle very, very soon as we get sort of a pile up of all the kills we've seen thus far. South George and Crates, people are going to start to really stack up in their Froz, and the problem is there's no getting out of
Oh my God, did you see that shift?
So
it's going to the Crates.
It's a big one for me. So Crates is going to be our next circle, but it does include River North. So that means people can play the riverbanks. Team 69 can now sit inside of North George and wait for their moment. Top Esports loads up into a car, does the right thing, which is rotate fast.
The thing is, you want to get one of these warehouses and you want to hold it down by yourself. Don't spread out too much. Don't be too greedy, because in the Crates, anybody could be lurking around.
GC Busan knew that ARG would be moving. They chose to try to set the trap on departure, but that now means ARG is going to get the water tower potentially, or at least be inside, and have to have SSG and GC Busan potentially push into them. So we'll see how this defensive goes out. GC Busan does have the ability to play the double red and stay there, but that could cost them on the next shift. So we'll see what their actions are regarding, do you wait or do you push?
Look at how many teams are in the Crates right now.
All right, so we've got XQuest moving in. Top Esports already has a spot. Bigatron's got themselves some crate location, and All Rejection Gaming as well. We've got just north of the river a couple of teams starting to stack up, but there are still a lot of people alive right now with 14 teams.
Another team coming in. Caser's coming in as well.
So Justice going to take some shots here as we watch him go by. GC Busan sees RRQ Athena going up to a very good spot there by the water tower. Opens fire. Gets the knock, and we're going to see him go down. I don't know if that's going to be a resonable position, but RRQ Athena is getting absolutely taken apart by both Elite Gaming and GC Busan.
D2E is down as well. Senior Islo Ernie. He is up there, but can he make anything happen? Can he get them up?
The smokes got deployed. I'm not sure if they were cooking them on the way in, but 2 are down. 1 is completely dead. I don't know if they can save G9. Either way, they are just being pinched from both sides. XQuest, however, has started to put some work on Elite Gaming. Once they saw RQ taking shots, they knew they could kill them while they peeked and got those returns.
While all this is happening, we have 2 free teams on the north side, and we have what? Like 11 teams inside crates, more or less?
Absolutely. The teams on the north are taking a massive risk. If that shift goes to the south, it is tough to cross the river. They may have to get involved here. Space Station Gaming has taken the warehouses, as you can see right there. GC Busan has got a nice little spread between the lighthouse, or the tower, if you want to call it that, and the double reds. And they can hold that position for the time being.
Oh,
and SSG's trying to get a better position, but it's costing them. One already down. The spray is on. Everyone low. Megatron may be the ones that come out on top of this. XQuest, everybody getting a piece of SSG.
You see
them just dropping one after another. SSG is out in 14th position.
Senior, we saw him on the top there. Now he goes down.
All right, as we go back into the warehouse, Bigatron has been playing relatively quiet. They don't want to stick their heads out. You can't blame them for that. They're just gathering information. Warehouses are very powerful with this third-person perspective. You can get up on top of the boxes, and you can watch everyone without really exposing yourself.
I mean, even playing inside the containers itself isn't too bad if you can just hold it down and make sure that you can scout around you. Meanwhile, we'll also see Seoul. They're taking the flat top on east side of the crates itself. They're playing a little bit slower. Same with Nova. They're on the southeast side.
All right, let's take a look here. As you can see on the sides of your screens, you saw who's been eliminated. A lot of teams still operating with 4. The new circle pops up, and it is going to be very north of the crates, Open River and Bridge. Difficult to play, but most importantly, Froz, only one team is in it.
Only one team. I take it back. 69, they're in perfect position in the river back itself.
All right, the quick movement start. Top Esports going to have to defend against a lot of people coming through their crates. Not an optimal place to defend from. A lot of guys going to jump into cars. GC Busan gets healed up inside of their UAZ as they start the transition. XQuest going to have to make that change as well. Elite Gaming also going to smoke up the Dacia and absolutely send it. They got to get to the middle. They got to make this play.
Where are they gonna go? They're gonna run straight into XQF here.
XQF, they're firing as they go. They jump out. The explosion. There was a firefight. ELG has to take the fight. They push in and they start to put some serious work on XQuest, who just didn't expect that kind of smash push. Cat around the outside, looking to make a play, buys it low.
There he goes.
He's the man, goes for leader, starts to spray. Leader drops down into the prone position. The exchange is lost. Cat goes down. Jump to Ming. Ming trying to make the play here, guarding the side. There's the heal. Leader's going to get himself back up. Cat might get flushed if his team doesn't push. Paraboy has managed to get his heal off, but he's the last man standing. Jimmy unable to help right now. Ming trying to slide out to the left side. They want to put a flank. Nade comes out from Paraboy. Does some damage, but doesn't get the kill. Jimmy covering Paraboy's escape from the distance as you see Paraboy just trying to get himself out. Meanwhile, RRQ Athena, what are they? Fifth place right now, out of this game. Gonna blow open the top. 5th and 6th, Unique and RRQ are out. That opens up the opportunity for teams to either extend their lead or move up. But with XQuest falling, they are the leaders in this tournament right now. This could be a huge signal for shift on the last game of the day.
Well, only Jimmy is standing for XQF right now, and hopefully he can keep it up because Elite Gaming, they are on the hunt. They want to hunt down Jimmy. They want to take them out right now because that means they have a chance to take the throne for today.
They took a good use of smoke to make sure that push worked out. Jimmy's put himself inside of one of the crates, playing as defensively as humanly possible. But they are not happy with this happening. ELG moving forward. Leader goes ahead and gets himself boosted up. Jimmy hiding, but Marco from Team Queso and Mystic very close. Lots of smokes as they move forward. On the opposite side of the river, Top Esports, Fireboy has got that discount gun, but putting in some serious work with it.
He got some help from the others on his team as well, but looks like White Cat is gonna go for a breach himself.
Lots of people stacking up here on the only compound that's still inside. Fireboy gonna go with the spray. He's trying to cover his partner as he pushes up on the window. We're gonna see how this fight goes.
Look, Garrett, this could go any way right now. There's so many teams over there. You got PLM, you got BRK, and you got White Cat from Top Esports.
Boozy comes out. Slam the door.
Back in.
No, bad idea. Puts the door down. It is eradicated. White Cat is basically playing very well. The next shift comes in. It goes south of the river. So everyone involved with this fight we're watching right now, Froz, needs to get it over with and get moving because the circle will start closing and they don't want to have to move at the last moment with zero cover. Get done, get the play, and get out of there. PLM and BRK making that very difficult. The spray goes up, Fuzi goes down. Fireboy uses it as a chance to make a move here.
Whitecat tried to move up by Cooter, but what's going on here?
That's Team Queso's pushing in on Elite Gaming. They're inside of the tower. It's not going to be enough. The spray is insane. GC Busan is getting involved. Team after team is just going down.
ELG is down to one member right now. It's only Bronto left and he's on the outskirts.
Meanwhile, BRK was eliminated across the river. GC Busan rose on the ground. Elite Gaming trying to make them understand exactly what happened. Queso looks like they might be going for a res and it may work out. Top Esports in the water trying to cross that area. PLM though, and Soul hoping it won't happen. Soul up on the rocks, gonna be able to just try to rack up kills from behind the bridge as everyone else comes in. Soul's in the circle for us. They don't have to worry about pushing.
They just need to hold this off. They need to hold everybody off from the north side. Meanwhile, we also saw a big E-tron going out on 10th place.
Soul in a really good spot, knocking people out inside of the water one after another. Meanwhile, Bigatron also putting in some work over in their location. And slowly but surely, Top Esports needs to remove Soul from their position. Queso tries to push in on Nova. Nova defends AY up on top of the box, unable to be stopped. Purple Moon has been eliminated. ARG now making their move. Gonna get a knock on PLM. TES goes down, and Mystic is eliminated from Queso.
ARG got the stack of containers. The only one that is going to be left in the next circle. They want to go to the south side. They want to hold people out right now.
KK Skur gets a nice little grenade, but it's not going to be enough. Mortal hiding behind the burning car, trying to defend. Meanwhile, X-Quest is taken down by Nova in a nice shot. Nova killed in return. This fight is absolutely insane. A minute ago, there were only 2 teams eliminated. Now, Busan, RRQ, Unique, PLM, 69 team, Bigatron, X-Quest, Scars, Black, Space Station, and BRK are out. We are down to 6 teams with 16 people alive.
Soul had one thing to do, and that was holding Top Esports from crossing the river. They couldn't do it, and right now they are falling to them.
Top Esports putting in work. Meanwhile, ELG trying to move up. Marco, the last man from Queso. X-Quest is eliminated. Our leaders in the lobby are out. The top 5 left. Nova goes down. The back-to-back winners earlier today. The threats are dropping one after another. That's first and third place. Top Esports saw that and knows this is their chance to potentially end the day in first.
It's not only for them, but also Elite Gaming. They got some people back up, and they're trying to move their way into circle, but it is going to be rough. Not going to lie. There is nothing in terms of cover for him to work with.
Absolutely. I will tell you, Soul is doing everything they can to defend against this Top Esports push. They've been playing it very well. Yet again, Elite Gaming with no cover and just grass is putting in work. Marco tried to stop him. He goes down. Queso been a bit of a spoiler throughout the tournament here today. We do see them drop. 4 teams left, but 13 people alive. Viper gets the knock there on Top Esports. He's going to make that big push. We see KK Skur trying to prepare. He's watching the top. He doesn't even care what's happening behind him. Viper trying to figure out how to come up. He gets knocked down on the rocks just a little bit. Has to switch out to the left side.
Wait, did he get KK Skur? He's still up.
Throws up the smoke. They're just trying to find a way to move away from the blue wall.
Whitecat goes down, and KK Skur, last man standing for Top Esports right now. Soul looking strong.
Soul's got the smoke wall. If they can get KK Skur out and take that box, they're in a good position. But KK Skur ain't Skur to nothing. He does take one down, but Viper returns it. That'll be the end, and Soul in the pole position to take this one home. Top Esports, the top 3 teams on the leaderboards are out. Soul and the Indian fans are hyped. They've got a smoke wall. They've got a crate. But ARG, 4 up, is not about to give up the win easily.
Elite Gaming still 1 man strong. They have made a good effort to keep themselves alive here.
ELG with 1 player, all rejection with 4, and Soul with 4. Soul has been fighting since the cube to keep themselves in this one, and it's working. ARG doesn't have a lot of cover. Both teams gonna snake forward. We got a UAZ and a crate in terms of cover out here. ARG has the strongest position. The nade's gonna hurt them pretty badly as the team tries to creep forward. Good spray, gets the knock, he gets the blind knock. Beautifully executed as he now has to readjust. They know where he is. Number 2, he gets the double. Now it's going to be down to 2. ARG going to try to get their guys crawled back to get the reses on the UAZ. Soul has 4 up. Now's your chance to try and make a play here and get yourself there. Sarah goes down. He's finished off. That's going to leave 3 alive and 1 knocked on All Rejection Gaming.
ARG not looking good now. 2 man left, and they are spread out. Planet on the left side, as you can see. Lapis by the little god tower over there.
Ronak gets another knock. Viper on the offside. They're spread out all over the map. Elite Gaming staying low on the edge of the blue. Could potentially play spoiler, but for all intents and purposes, it's 4v2 right now as Seoul has their shot at the big chicken dinner.
Everyone moving in very slowly. The thing is, if Seoul can go for the US, they could get a good cover to work with, but look at this.
He knows, he gets him. Lapis goes down, it's a 4v1v1. He's executed. This could be the moment that Seoul gets their win. They're moving slow, they're keeping it in the grass, listening for every sound cue, every moment. There, they see him. That's the end of ARG. 2 teams left, 4v1. ELG is gonna do what they can, but I don't think it'll be enough. Seoul
takes it home.
The work. They had the cube, they earned it, they fought off Team 69, they made a push to stay 4 strong, they stopped Top Esports, and they took the win.
Remember what happened earlier in the sniper tower, and Nate got dropped. That's the thing that led to the victory itself here.
Was the nade the turning point? Who knows? All we know is Seoul has fans aplenty. They worked hard to get here to Berlin. This is their moment in the spotlight, and what a way to end day 2. That's it from me and Franz. We'll see you tomorrow, but for now, let's send it back to the desk to talk a little more about Team Seoul.
That's right, an out-of-body experience for Team Seoul as they're able to get themselves the final chicken dinner of the day. Game number 10 goes to India. Mortal looks immortal here as he finishes it off with the rest of his squad. Great stuff coming out from Team Seoul to claim themselves the victory, and they'll be pushing themselves up the leaderboards. I have 7, I have Scoom, I have Avenger, and the crowd is going wild for Team Seoul.
I could not be any happier for this, especially for Mortal, especially for the fan base from India. They're so passionate. They have been following him for the longest time, and every time they're just always supportive. So congratulations to Team Seoul. Gacho, because that was just an amazing performance by them.
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen. We saw them today. They were consistently getting better and better and better. And they got this, finally, the win. And finally, they deserve for the fans. The fan base have been voting for them, and they got this win for them. It feels so good. It was a really well played as well.
I really love the play towards the end game as well, how they crossed the river, managed to get everything there. 9 kills as well to boot the win with 39 points. It's going to push them up the leaderboard and further into the higher of the prize money.
And actually, talking about the leaderboard, Team Seoul in the past 3 games, they've been 5th place, and now 1st place, which is a huge momentum, especially going into the final day, Championship Sunday. Can they go ahead and continue this kind of performance? Can they go ahead and continue to just perform like this, especially for their fan base? As I was mentioning, they're so passionate. Oh my God, I'm actually so happy right now that they won.
I know, considering all the circles towards the end, obviously kind of focusing around crates area, etc., they were one of the teams that opted not to commit to crates to try and get themselves a little bit of wiggle room near the water.
And I think that was really smart. You saw, as soon as we saw the crate was center, we saw a lot of teams just getting cars in. We saw Space Station Gaming coming a bit too late, and everyone's already established and they blew up. But we did see Seoul just take your time. Let them kill each other. Maybe it will shrink away, and if it does, we're going to have super control. It did shrink away, and they just controlled the riverbank and played it perfectly from then on.
And one of the plays of that match was actually, I believe, when Wise just threw that grenade. He got knocked. Luckily, the grenade stayed inside and knocked that other player. And as soon as that happened, the whole Seoul team just decided to go ahead and, you know what, we're going to go ahead and pick them up, and it worked perfectly for them. If they would have not done that, they probably would have not won this game. So that was great awareness by them.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from our final game of the day. This was unfortunate, to say the least, as everything went down, but they did manage to recover from this situation valiantly, in fact, and obviously that grenade, very, very important.
Yeah, this set them up to cross the river, because had that not happened, maybe 69 might have held them, and this game would have been completely different. That nade, that 200 IQ nade, actually ended up saving them and possibly for the success.
We'll call it that. It was a 200 IQ nade. It worked out for him.
Of course, here as we see Elite going up against SQF. Guys, there was a moment between, I think, towards 6th circle where I feel like I blacked out and I had no clue what was going on because there was about 4 teams running at each other in the middle of crates and everyone was running around each other in circles and just shooting at each other. What was going on? Did anyone remember this? Did anyone have any idea what was happening?
Absolute mayhem. That's pretty much what it was. That right there. And actually, the Team Castle, one of the guys was just standing there. I don't even knew he saw the enemy. He didn't even shoot for the longest time.
Yeah.
And Elite Gaming actually survived it. They had 3 players knock took Team Castle out and managed to get all 4 players up to go in another fight. It was actually extreme, and the complete mayhem they got there actually managed to get themselves a really good placement from this match as well, obviously.
Even though I'm a little bit happy that the circle did shrink away to give Seoul the win, I kind of was hoping it was going to be a container finish. I love it.
Of course you were.
As we saw in that fight, that's a complete mess. It's a maze. It's like a maze. And it would have been so awesome to see 10 teams just made it out there and crashing out containers. But it went out and it went to Seoul, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, in a wise with the honestly huge knocks. Being able to get knocks against ARG and allowing his team just to go ahead and move forward. And as we're able to win, they got the win. PR Mortal, PR India, because that was awesome.
Yeah, so impressive stuff, definitely. They'll be pushing themselves up the boards. Before that, they were in, I think, about 10th place for Seoul, but obviously that's quite a lot of the points that they've been able to accumulate from that victory as a whole. Avenger, looking at how Seoul played out, maybe even looking at the rest of the day, what has really stood out to you so far here for day number 2?
Well, obviously, we have 3 Wrangles here, and what stood out to me was obviously how the teams that are able to play in a Wrangle, but the teams that are able to really excel on the other maps, I think actually is going to be the ones that's going to run away with it. I've seen XQuest, how they're able to play, how they're able to breach, and they do that well across all maps. Yes, they had a bit of a kind of a rough time here. Yes, it was a very extreme circle, but I think even though that they're not going to have as big as a lead as they were before this game, I think they're going to be able to run away with all of it.
Here is the overall standings. XQuest still sits at the top here with 212 points. And you might be able to hear the crowd. That's probably because we have Team Seoul pushing themselves up to 7th place. Currently tied with GC Busan after some of their victories as well here for the PMCO. So guys, looking at how things have shaped up today, I think the big surprise is that RRQ Athena has fallen down to that 5th place spot. And people are expecting a bit more of them coming into tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Especially the past 3 games, I don't know what's been going on with them. Every single time they end up getting killed, I've been kind of watching their body language as well, and they just seem defeated. So hopefully tomorrow, a new day, a fresh start. Maybe they'll be able to just go ahead and bring it back, because this is not a performance that we're used to seeing from RRQ Athena.
Yeah, for sure. No, we still have 6 games, and a little bit inside of me is kind of glad that XQuest didn't have a good game there, because we didn't want them to be so far ahead going into Championship Sunday. And this is the first game of XQuest that they had 3 kills. Every other game they've had 4 or more. Yeah. So this is their first bad game per se.
This is a really happy section of the crowd. I'm really enjoying it. Of course, to end the day, it's very cool. Let's take a look at our MVP, our dream team here for our final game of the day. Game number 10, of course, as we do have Viper from Seoul up there as well, alongside Sarah, AY, and obviously Elite Gaming putting in a lot of work whilst that was going on too. Guys, what do you think?
Great. Honestly, I'm actually happy to see AY again from Nova Esports there, just because honestly, I was able to talk to him, and it's working out perfectly for him, especially today. They were able to bring it back. They were able to get some wins, back-to-back wins, honestly, earlier in the day. So happy to see him again in the MVP.
Seoul now only 7 points behind our Dubai champions. It's actually insane. They're only 40 points behind 3rd place as well. So if they continue this, they are ending an extremely high note. They're going to be going home happy. They need to go home and prepare for tomorrow still, of course. But if they continue this, if they can continue getting a bit more wins on the board, I think they could actually end in the top 3.
How many teams do you think can strike tomorrow at XQuest? Because they've got a little bit of a buffer, not a huge one, but what are your thoughts, Skum, in relation to that?
Even like Seoul have a chance of like passing XQuest. It's only like 60-something points behind them or 70-ish. That's like a win. If they get a win tomorrow and have 5 games still to play, I think it's pretty much anyone in the top 8 has a chance. They just need to come in strong, super strong tomorrow. And it can be anyone's game.
As we've seen it, all it takes is just 1 game. One game, if you get the win and you're also able to back it up with the kills, that's just going to propel you to the top. So hopefully tomorrow they're able to just keep that momentum and able to get some more kills and some more wins, because I would love to see the crowd
That would be
if they actually end up winning it all.
That's right. You make light of it, but yes, 150-point game. Easy peasy, no problems, right? Anyway, well, thank you very much, gentlemen, of course. As we check in with the schedule for tomorrow, as we have one final day here coming at you for the PMCO 2019 Global Finals. We will have 6 maps once again, starting on Sandhawk, and the same order as yesterday, and it will be at the same time, same place here to get things going. So exciting stuff, a lot more to come as it does stand here with those 6 games going to be coming on. And I can head on over to, oh no, I've just realized what's about to happen. Oh, the whole tournament, 10 games long, you've wanted to talk about Soul, Soul, Soul. Wait, you don't have a Soul clip? Oh,
I do.
Oh, you do?
Don't worry.
All right, okay, I've been baited.
No, fair enough. But I am going to hold off on talking about Seoul for just a minute, because at the moment I want to talk about this compound breach coming in from PLM against Scars Black here.
Yeah.
So this is an example of really strong use of intel. We've seen Zoom's been playing consistently a little bit separate from the rest of his squad time and time again. He's gathered the intel. He knows that there are 4 players now coming in. So if we start off this clip, you can see he's got the back up from that north side coming on through. He's got another teammate as well off to this, off over this direction on your screen.
That way.
That way. And as they progress, you can see Shimon actually trying to move away from that location. They're trying to get the flank. They're trying to set themselves up for a bit of a better fight. But he starts to come in. Zooms, takes a really good position up top, takes away the vertical threat, which allows the rest of Purple Mood to start to put pressure on. You can see they're getting the pressure down and taking out these players. Shimon gets dispatched in the sidelines as well, which removes that flank threat. The player on the roof goes down, and this is the cue from Narwin to mount up. He comes in. You've got a pincer maneuver coming in as well from underneath as Jasper pushes on through, and that's pretty much it. Zooms catches the guy up top, and it's just textbook breach onto a compound. It's phenomenal.
I'm a big fan of roof play. I think it's one of the angles that people least expect when you're going into these kinds of battles, so it can definitely catch people off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. So very, very well played there. But now I'm going to head over to a Seoul clip. This one is in the final circles now. Seoul, they've crossed the river. They had the position under the bridge. They were trying to stop Top Esports crossing the river. Unfortunately, they failed. But with the smokes that started to appear on your screens from ARG, that gave them the cover they needed from the rest of the team. So there was the Elite Gaming ARG combat going on. They used that to their advantage, and as you can see, they'll start to push on through towards Top Esports position with the strength of a couple of smokes, a little bit of cover. You've got Viper leading the charge. They take down Fireboy. They've yet to take down KK Skur, but as they start to push through, they notice that maybe they actually want to be moving forward and taking a little bit more position. So you can see the call comes back, they rotate in, and they move in towards Whitecat. This movement sets them up for the dominance that they had in that final circle. They could move around the smokes that actually ARG were putting down, and they came back to bite them. So a really, really strong final set of calls for Seoul. What a way to end it out. I'm super, super happy, obviously, that my guys, they were able to get it done, and in the end, is what I really wanted to see. A beautiful chicken dinner.
I'm not only happy for the team, I'm happy for the crowd, and I'm happy for you as well that you got your Soul win. There you go. All right, well, thank you very much, John, of course, as we can now head over to an interview to round out the day. It's Team Soul.
The fans are cheering because I've got none other than Mortal joining me now. And first of all, it was a bit of a disappointing start to PMCO for you yesterday, but today you finished strong and you proved why you deserve to be here. How does it feel to get that chicken dinner, Mortal?
It feels really amazing, and it was very difficult yesterday because first of all it was the first time at such a huge stage, and there are 15 other teams who are world class. So yeah, we were a bit nervous, but then today we were ready for that.
You certainly were ready, but I do want to ask about what happened early on Erangel when we saw a bit of a nade mishap. I'm not going to mention who naded because I don't want to nade and shame, but actually you managed to recover from that very quickly. So talk me through your reaction to that situation.
Not me, but then many of them would have realized how important teamwork is in such a situation where, the nade, it fell in the place where he was knocked, and then we started to give some cover fires to him. that guy, out of pressure, he went inside and then boom.
I think SNT will be avoiding your booms tomorrow. And also, props to Ronak for getting the res in as well. Now, it was a very tense final fight. So I'm curious as to how the team coped in that moment, because finally the win was within your grasp. So how did you keep your cool?
So at first it was very important for us to, beat the people who were on our right side, who were on the ridge over there. And right after we beat them, we thought now it's possible to, get inside the zone, to crawl inside the zone and take out the other teams. And thanks to one of the players who actually helped us from the other team.
Yes, it was Elite Gaming, and he took out the last member of ARG. Did you even know that he was still alive?
Yes, I was pretty sure there was a guy over there. And that's the reason, when I saw the vehicle over there. When he took down the last person, I ran to the vehicle because I knew the last person was on the left side. Yeah.
Now, Mortal, you do have a very vocal audience here, and you have so many fans at home. 2 million subscribers on YouTube, one of the biggest PUBG Mobile influencers and content creators out there. So I think I need to ask, do you have any words? Do you have a message for the fans?
Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. आपने शुरुआत से हमें support किया है. Thank you so much. बहुत hard.
Well, there we go. Congratulations to Team Seoul. I hope that you finish even stronger tomorrow, because that's all we have time for today. We're going to be back with our pre-show at 11:50 a.m. Don't miss it, because we've only got 6 more maps before we crown the winner of the PMCO 2019. See you then.